Welcome to Dysfunctional Adults, the comedy podcast in which we discuss weird news, pop culture, and being middle-aged dads. Yeah. We are bitter, cynical Gen Xers saddled with crippling debt and depressingly past our primes. But that's what makes this podcast so much fun. And fun it is.
Yes.
Fun it is. Hi, everybody.
Hi, Zach.
Hi.
I love having 4 screens. This is great.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
That's the whole goal. Welcome to Dysfunctional Adults, everybody. I don't know why I'm acting like
I feel welcome.
Like we do that every time. We don't talk to our audience here.
No.
Break the fourth wall.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah. This is just for us. We don't really even have... Did Zach tell you we don't even share this online? It's just like some weird fetish.
Yeah, this is all for Jason.
Not me.
I don't know what he does with it, but he always sends me a video message afterwards saying, "Oh, that was great," and he's all sweaty, and it's just...
I listened to it 5 times in a row. It's like on a continuous loop in his house.
the outfit.
Gross. You guys are gross.
Well, surprise to our 4 listeners, this is our final episode of the season.
Oh,
Surprise! Ha! Bitches.
Surprise.
But we'll be back, and we won't wait 2 years again like last time.
Maybe.
It just depends how we feel.
I feel like, wow, 2 years flew by.
Yeah.
And at the end, we're going to unveil John's face finally.
At
Wait,
the end of this
what?
episode. Yep.
It's right here.
No, well, they can't see that.
Oh, well, they can hear it.
You can hear your face.
You sound so handsome.
Same thing. Yeah, exactly.
I've been told that on the phone before when I used to work at a warehouse, and I'm like, "Oh, honey, you have no idea how wrong you are."
You're a very handsome man. What are you talking about?
Like, I have a radio face, so
Bullshit. Well, hell, let's talk about what we've been doing, huh? Let's get back to fucking basics. Let's do what we're supposed to be doing. I don't know.
we also have a special guest.
Who?
too.
What? Where?
What?
That fourth screen.
She's always been here in our hearts, and I think
yeah.
the listeners knew that too. Yeah, we have Dacia Arnold on.
Hi, everyone.
Yay!
Hey,
Author. You're not a blogger, right? You're just a podcaster.
blogger. Yeah, I actually write freelance, like one of my jobs.
Nice.
Internet personality.
All right.
We keep
That's what I
going.
call myself too, internet personality. But it's the same word. It just doesn't say personality. It's internet, and there's a P, but not personality.
Internet penis? I don't get it. What?
Predator.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have to spell out the joke.
Uh,
Too vague. Sorry.
you didn't choose smart co-hosts.
No, that's not it. I just being too coy.
Oh, goodness.
So, where are you joining us from, Dacia? Because you're on that East
I'm-
Coast time thing.
Yeah, East Coast timing. We're in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, tucked in the
Oh,
woods.
nice.
Wow.
It is nice, but like, yeah, it's much different than Denver for sure. So, we lived in Denver for probably about almost 10 years, and then moved out to Pennsylvania, which has been like it's a lifelong dream of mine to go in peace to the state. And yeah,
Well, Pennsylvania, that's where Dracula's from, right?
I was just going to say, do you have a big vampire problem there?
Transylvania.
no,
Transylvania. Well, let's not make this political, John.
Yeah.
They're like neighbor cities, right? That's my knowledge of geography, yeah.
I
well,
was
if
gonna say,
Goldblum ever played Dracula, then yes, because he's from Pittsburgh,
I'd watch that movie.
right?
Mm.
Or then Nick Cage as Dracula.
I like that movie. I thought
It's hilarious. I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
it was good. It was funny.
The movie with Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal, I
Oh,
think
right.
it was not, you had to watch it twice because it was a different movie
Yeah.
twice. It was a great movie. So if you guys haven't seen it,
I haven't seen it. I
The
want
unbearable
to.
weight of, or the unbearable weight of something, talent.
Expectations
Yeah.
or something like that.
Dacia's
I
sound
don't
is
remember.
not it is not picking her up very well. Like, it will not prioritize her when she's talking and we're not.
We can do something here.
So Dacia, every time you're going to talk, just say "shut up, guys," and then we'll all shut up.
Well, it's doing it when even when we're not talking.
I'm teasing. It was just,
Yeah, shut up, Jason.
Yeah,
now you sound like my mom.
When I'm talking.
perfect. She fits in.
And even when she's not talking, shut up, Jason.
Oh, I'm just going to drink my grape water.
Vodka. Oh, yeah.
I don't drink, but if I did, I'd be progressively drunker throughout this podcast every episode. So.
Tom Green did an episode on his show where he just drank through it and he just kept getting drunker and drunker. He's like, "Am I funnier yet? Am I funny yet?" And he was a different sort, but I did enjoy just how different he was, because he wasn't always funny, but I still liked him for it because he didn't give a shit and he didn't give up.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've thought about him. So.
Yeah, right. Think about him every night.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Wait, we're talking about Tom Green, the comedian, not Tom Green, the polygamist, right?
Or why not both?
Either one.
He's the same guy?
I don't think this is going to work either. I'm going to just like...
We can keep going. Sorry. I wanted our guest to be able to talk on the podcast. That's all.
I know, right?
All right, how about now?
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that sounds good, yeah.
Hey, I'm here.
That is fantastic.
Awesome. There we go. I look like
I was just gonna.
I'm playing Zelda.
or
answering
helping
calls
people.
for
Yeah.
Verizon.
Hello, how can I help you?
Yep.
That was way too prompt. They would make you run around in circles for 10 minutes before you actually got a live person.
Right.
Oh, they're not bots anymore, apparently.
Customer service has gone way downhill since the pandemic hit.
I know, but I won't work.
Well, nobody wants to pay people to work either. So
Right.
Kind of
That's
right
a
in the
huge.
middle. That's funny you mentioned that, because I called UPS this week.
Is this a too old? Should I just start it?
Yeah, do it.
Oh, I'm too old for this
Hello.
shit. Poor Jason. Here it comes.
All right, so I had to call UPS for an issue with the delivery of some packages I needed, and so I get on, and I expect it to be answered by an AI, because you always are, right? But I do what every red-blooded American does, and I just hit 0 to bypass the stupid menu.
Mm-hmm.
And because in the past that's worked, they'll just reroute you right to somebody, right? No, the damn thing has the nerve to tell me I know you want to talk to a real person, but I can't do that.
You'll
Why
talk
don't you
to me.
Tell me a little bit about what you need. And so I play along for a few iterations of its menu, and then I'm like, all right, I want to talk to somebody. And I said it to it, and she's like, I know you want to talk to somebody, but I need some more information. And finally she even got to the point where she's like, I can't connect you to anybody. I'm like,
Goodbye.
You stupid AI bitch, and I'm getting really mad, and here's the secret though. I kept persisting, and finally she relented, but only after seriously, and I'm not exaggerating, 8 tries to get to a real person.
And she could have done that at any time.
She could have done it at any time, and I wasn't just mashing the 0 the whole time. I tried to play along to see if I could get to a real person,
Yeah.
But eventually I got so sick of it that and one time she hung up on me.
I think the plan is to annoy you so badly that you hang up and don't bother them.
But
I think that's their
persevered.
ultimate goal.
After 8 requests, she finally connected me to a real person without any more preamble, and I was able to finally talk to somebody. But I was angry. I don't get angry very often. I get annoyed and sarcastic a lot, especially when driving. But I was legitimately angry. This is bullshit, And I'm just in my bedroom by myself, getting angrier and angrier. And yeah, finally I got to talk to a real person who was very, very polite, delightful, and helpful. So
I imagine they record our responses to
Interactions
the
with their
to the AI to listen to it and laugh
about it.
I would.
Because I'm immediately pissed off as soon as they answer. I'm mad before I dial. I'm just like, this is gonna suck. Here we go. And representative. I mean, we all do it. We all do it.
It's true.
You enunciate every syllable perfectly to make sure they get it, and then they still pretend that they don't.
And I catch myself yelling at the AI.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like, say yes or no. I'm like, yeah. Anyway,
You're
That's
so
my-
old.
that's my gripe. I miss talking to people on the phone, which is something I never thought I would say. So,
Well, this is out of order, but as long as we're here, does anybody want to gripe about some old person shit?
oh, go for it.
Oh
Pre-
my God.
Oh, here
I
we
got
go.
some.
Good.
Go,
Oh,
go,
yeah.
preach,
Let's hear it.
sister.
I have children. I'm so old that I have children. So my son is in 5th grade and he's like I'm like, hey dude, do you give people props anymore? They don't. They don't.
They have a
you-
whole new lingo that I just don't get anymore.
Oh my God. I was like, what about fat? That's fat. And he's like, what?
It's
Dude,
like,
we don't call people that, Mom.
What are you from the 90s?
Body shaming is out.
So I'm like, well, what do you guys say? Like, other than the Riz, or Riz,
Yeah,
or
what the hell?
rizzing.
Or
What the hell does
fire,
that one mean?
or-
I've heard my son say that one. I have no idea what it means.
Charisma.
So it is charisma,
Charisma.
but
okay.
it's I think it's just exclusive to dudes. So dudes who have nice aesthetics and girls like them have Riz.
Have
So,
really-
John.
And I was like, oh, okay. And he's like, if you want to know more, Mom, I'll just tell you, like, a Giat is a big booty. And I'm
A
like,
Giat? I have never heard that.
so my interns tell me,
Wow.
because they're like just barely college, that my interns tell me Giat is GyATT. And it means big booty. They don't even know if it's an acronym for something. So, like, my first thought is to ask my 11-year-old son if he likes big booties. But I restrained myself. And then the next thought is there a girl you know with a Giat? And so I resort to, do you have a crush on anyone?
You have to translate it backwards.
Oh, man,
yeah.
so bad. Do you have a crush on anyone this year? And he goes, Mom, can I be completely honest with you? And I'm like, my heart's going pitter patter. I'm like, I'm going to react the right way. Like, no matter what comes of this,
Mhm.
I'm going to do this right. So help me. So he goes, there's this girl, Fallon, at school. And she's really pretty and I really like her. And I'm like, oh God.
And
Like,
she's pregnant.
no.
And then is he like, and she's got a Giat.
A Giat, right? That's the next step. So
A
I
Giat
was
sounds
like,
like something I'd want to drive. Like,
A
you know,
Giat.
but
It's like a
Now that
Geo
I
and
say
a
that-
Fiat or something.
now that I say it out loud, I think that kind of works too. And I'm
with the
feeling bad about
handlebars, and I don't know where that goes. Oh, goodness gracious. A Giat. What was it when we had bubble butt? A
Yeah.
badonkadonk.
Badonkadonk, yeah.
Badonkadonk.
Oh,
I remember
gosh.
that one. Yeah,
Uh,
Riz. That Riz is one my son's been
Riz.
saying. He's 12.
So
But
what
then
did,
sometimes they'll bring up a term that's been around forever. Like they'll say, like, that's cool. It's like, you know what cool means, Dad? It's like, yeah,
Shut
son,
up.
that one's been around since well before I was even born.
That one's in the Bible.
Probably.
And God said it is cool.
It's cool.
I didn't
I did
ask
miss
him
it.
about the Giat. I didn't ask him if he liked Giat because, like, there's this thing with little boys and their moms that you, like, don't, I don't know, as a mom, I don't want to cross that line. But they say that men are attracted to, like, women with features similar to their mother.
Mm.
I could tell you that's not true in my case. So.
In my case, I'd also say it's not true.
Okay, well, thanks, guys. That's very reassuring. So this
And
girl's
Zach is married
booty's
to
got to
his
be
mom.
flat as shit. Like, this 11-year-old
Well-
butt is nothing.
Do you want your son to end up dating girls that look like you, or no?
I don't care. I honestly
think it'd
don't
be
care
weird.
who my son dates. It's funny to, crack jokes and everything, but if he had said, oh, my best friend, Sam or something like that, I don't care who
You're
my
like
son dates.
Samantha, right?
Right. No, but I do strive to do things right and support my kids and
Right.
be
I like I like what you said though about, no matter what comes out of his mouth, you're going to react the right way. It reminded me of that scene from Return of the King where Gandalf is leading the men of Gondor. I'm making this nerdy. And he's like, whatever comes through that gate, hold your ground.
Yeah.
And then, of course, giant fighting trolls come through and everybody runs.
Oh my God.
But yeah, anyway.
Some of the best movies. I'm afraid for the next 3. I really am.
new
There's
Lord of
going
the
to be
Rings
3
movies.
more.
Isn't it a trilogy coming out again with Peter Jackson again?
Don't know if it's a trilogy. I know he's
Oh.
producing and that Andy Serkis is directing because it's about Gollum, I guess.
Oh, okay. Then I.
They just changing the POV here.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. I think it's just one movie, but I don't know. We'll see.
I really enjoyed the Galadriel series. Was great.
John watched that. I
Rings
didn't
of-
see it.
Rings of Power one.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was really good, wasn't it?
It was great.
I enjoyed that one a lot more than I thought I was going to.
I've gotten really big, and I'm a big fan of Bear McCreary, I thought he would be, so he does all the soundtrack for Outlander. So I assume that a dude named Bear is Scottish, but no, this dude's from Florida. Like, they have bears in Florida? I don't know. But
And all the bears, as we know, drink pee. Bear Grylls, Bear McCreary, they all do. Just so you know.
all do. But he's done soundtracks for The Witcher Origins, for The Last Voyage of Demeter, the Ring of Power, Outlander, Ragnarok, or God of War Ragnarok. He's done like a million things.
That's awesome.
Huge fans, but also he did the Lord of the Rings soundtrack.
I haven't watched the Rings of Power yet because John will tell you I am a nitpicker when it comes to like lore. And
Mhm.
I'm actually one of the few people who've read the Silmarillion, well, most of it, and I don't know. I'm afraid to watch it. So
Mhm.
I'll watch it eventually, but I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared I'll be a jerk. And I'm scared my wife will be sitting next to me the whole time being like, "Oh,
I think
no
you'd
one
be pleasantly.
cares."
I think you'd be
You know.
pleasantly surprised with it.
Like Galadriel's using the wrong dialect of Sylvan. Like she's rolling her R's when it's a soft R. Damn it!
She's actually the best part, though. I think I don't know the lady's name, but whoever they got to play her is perfect. She really does look and talk like a young Kate Blanchett. They did a great job with casting.
Love Kate Blanchett. I miss her.
I once made a welcome sign for my brother that said "Speak, friend, and enter," and his response was, "Your R is wrong."
That's
Like-
hardcore.
Like, dude, this is in English.
Yeah.
It's written in English. It's not even written in Elven or Dwarven. No, it was Elven. Like, get off me, man. Like, Merry freaking Christmas.
That's
Right.
awesome. Yeah, that's. Oh man.
Aw.
Yeah, us nerds, we get weird, especially with that kind of stuff. But
So I give a lot of leeway for film adaptation just because, as Jason would know very intimately, that I have my heart set on adaptation, and if anyone picked it up, like Billy Zane.
ooh,
I
Billy
was
Zane.
Billy Zane. No, they could do whatever they wanted to it. I wouldn't even care.
As long as you get your
Because
name
most
out
people
there.
your name's out there. Most people want to see if the book's better than the movie anyway. So
Books always sell.
when it comes to creative liberties in film, I'm a little bit less strict to original lore. Miss Peregrine's School for Peculiar Children, for example, that came out 7 years ago. No, they made one big movie and smashed like 4 books into it.
Oh, wow.
And and the characters weren't even the right characters. Like they
They
just
were X-Men.
They mashed like these 2 characters together physically, and then but
Yeah, the
it was still a
Muppets.
good entertaining movie, and it gave the heart, and the message and the themes of the book. I don't know. In my opinion, I'm a little less
I've grown more
lower
tolerant
standard.
of
Yeah.
the adaptation in my older age. But when I was younger, John will tell you, like I was insufferable when it came to like, no, they got it wrong.
You're like comic book guy on The Simpsons.
Yeah, I was, and still a little bit, but yeah, I watched The Wheel of Time, and I'm a huge fan of the books, and I was like apoplectic a couple of times, like, no, that's
Mhm.
wrong,
Mhm.
standing up like, throwing my finger at the TV and screaming, and Megan's like, I'm gonna call the police. So.
So I'm on book 10 because there's what, 14 or 16?
There's 14 and book 10 is the worst.
And they're all like 1,000 pages too, right?
Not all of them. The Sanderson ones are, but
How many words is that? That was for John.
I give Jason shit about it because as an author, he always says like, "Oh, I read this book." I say, "How long with us?" He's like, "Oh, it's 60,000 words or 100,000 words." You probably know that because you're an author too, but that means nothing to people who are not authors. Most people know it by page count. It's like if someone asks how tall you are, and I'm like, I'm 180 centimeters. It's like that means nothing to most people.
It does. Well, when you go to the doctor, and they measure you in kilograms, and it's like, I don't have time to explain math to you. You can either figure it out or don't, because it takes 250 words you could fit typically on one page. So how big are those pages? I don't know. But for 80,000 words, it's 320 pages.
Yeah, that's author math.
It's
for most of us, when it's like 60,000 words, it's like that could be a 100-page novella, that could be a 1,000-page tome. For all I know,
oh my goodness,
that means
I
nothing
tell you, a class of 5th graders figured it out. Like that's
I could too, but
it's on you, John.
Take that, John.
Well, this has been fun, you guys. Have a great day. I'm just gonna end this before it turns into a fight.
Before it gets
you sound
aggressive
like
and
my
violent.
Parents. Holy trigger, Zach. Man. You're going to trigger you. You're just going to start sobbing. You know? Can't we just all get along?
That's why my dad killed my mom, because of word count.
Wow, that got dark in a hurry.
You have a deadline. But I digress.
I agree with being a bit nitpicky. I've given up on it. My whole thing is the video games that have been made into shows. The Doom movies, I mean, just the departures can't be that big. I'm comparing Fallout and Halo right now. Fallout was amazing. It followed the lore for the most part. It had to make some exceptions, and that was totally fine. The feel was there. But Halo is an amazing show, actually. I really enjoy the show, but it is not at all Halo. There's nothing Halo about it except for the name, the characters. The characters aren't even themselves. So I usually don't give shows a lot of shit for things like that. But Halo, there's no reason for it to be named that at all.
I see.
Yeah.
Other than having the Master, what's his name?
Master Chief, yeah, John.
Master Chief, yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like that show.
It's great. It's so good. That's why I'm having a weird feelings. It's like having a weird boner, you know, like.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Just the weird kind, right?
Yeah, the weird kind.
feel like a bag of sand.
I shouldn't have this boner, and I know it.
Yeah, you look down, it's like, huh, what is that there?
It's like, Zach, will you please leave the funeral home? You ruined your grandma's funeral.
Again.
Master Chief.
I thought it was Master
It's a great
Chef.
show.
And then when I watched it, like there was no cooking at all.
Oh goodness. That's funny. Where's Gordon Ramsay calling people donkeys?
Jason's excited about cooking in space, and that's not what it was.
I thought it was a sci-fi cooking competition show, but whatever. Screw you guys. Screw you, CBS. Whatever.
Well,
Paramount,
it could have
Paramount.
been. They could have called it Halo, and it could have been that show, and that's how much of a departure it is from the original lore.
Oh man.
Books, shows, video games, The Witcher, the pre-now Witcher. Like, there's no more Witcher. But the video game's great. Like, there's no other video game that I will spend 75 hours of my life playing over and over again for no reason other than it's a great game.
Did you play the game before you saw the show, or was it the other way around?
No, I never even knew it was a game.
Okay. So there's a little bit of Cavill love happening. That's what's going on.
Man crush. Yes. Yeah. That's nice. But like so I think they did him dirty. Like everyone know they did him dirty, but I think he's doing just fine. Like dirty, you know.
Yeah.
We watched it's not Argyle, it's the other one with the ridiculous name. I call movies whatever I want. So this is
the
like
Gentlemanly Warfare movie?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I call it Argyle too because I don't
Because it came out around the same time.
I used to call Halo Dune all the time because Dune was also with that one show, hon, you know what I'm talking about. So
Space Planet.
no, it wasn't even a big role. Like he was a main character, but most of the movie of the Ungentlemanly Warfare took place away from Henry Cavill, and I think that happened in Argyle too. I think he's so expensive, his face is so expensive that they can only use it for like a total of 10 minutes.
We're casting you for marketing reasons.
Exactly.
I liked Argyle though. I thought that was a fun movie.
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's so ridiculously over the top, but it's on purpose. That's what makes it funny. So.
Well, I don't want like to get my hopes up as an author who writes like a ridiculously handsome character and then just magically happens to be a real person. Like that wouldn't. It's not realistic.
You've tried, right? Like I've tried so many times and it hasn't happened. So.
It's like that Adam Sandler movie where he tells his kids bedtime stories. How many people tried that afterwards?
Like manifesting. Well, I've got some good news, kind of. Henry Cavill reads Brandon Sanderson's stuff, and they're having talks now. So.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we'll see if that happens. But...
I've read exactly 2 Brandon Sanderson books.
Oh, yeah?
Exactly 2. Warbreaker.
That's a good one.
And a little one that's on the shelf. I don't want to get up and look at it.
You need to read Miss Porn. I think you'll appreciate that more.
Did you say Miss Porn?
Yeah,
Miss
porn.
Like Mrs. Porn.
I'm pretty sure that you could look that up and find that too. So. Fans be crazy. So
Fans be crazy. There's so much Witcher porn.
Oh, I
don't know how I would know that. But just on the video game. It's a video game.
Zach automatically, whatever he watches goes to the next. Like,
are you taking notes over there?
He's like, I rewatched E.T. and I jumped back onto the internet.
You are not going to believe what I found.
No.
E.T. fan fiction.
Gross.
Okay.
Ouch.
It's a whole new.
E.T. be freaky.
That finger has a whole new meaning.
And that's not a wound.
Does it glow? I mean, like, is all his appendages glow?
Oh my God.
This is not what this podcast is about. You guys are disgusting.
This is a family-friendly podcast.
Yeah,
for real.
No, it's not.
As of now. Every previous episode, not so much, but
Everyone has to stop diddling themselves. Stop.
How do you
Zach's
know
doing
what's
that
going?
whole, like,
all right, Zach, show of hands.
side-eye thing.
Okay.
It is hot in here, and so I do keep doing this.
Yeah, sure.
It's when your eyes roll back that we start to get suspicious.
Why did Zach mute himself?
Doesn't matter. Technical difficulties. I'm the producer. You shut up.
Hey, he can enjoy the podcast however he likes. Okay? I got your back, Zach.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that.
Deviants unite.
So what have you guys been up to?
Wow.
I think we're past that point now, aren't we? I mean,
think we're
if we
past
have
that
stories,
point.
though, we might as well tell them.
I have a story about manifestation.
Oh, do it.
No,
Yeah,
but
let's
like
hear that.
I'm not going to read the story. I actually physically have a story about manifestation because way long time ago, when I was another person, Jason and I used to work together, and I was so angry that someone said, you should read this book because you deserve to be happy. And it was like The Secret, the manifestation or whatever. And so I got really big into it. And like I drank Kool-Aid for a while, right? There are so many flaws in law of attraction. One of the main principles is that you and your thoughts attract your circumstances. And so like people like children and people in situations that are not of their choosing, for example, domestic violence situations, things like that. Like no one deserves that because they brought it on themselves.
Right.
So I had a
Right.
story appear in an anthology called The Haunted Zone, and it's called Flaw of Attraction, and it just kind of like scratches at that big flaw in
Nice.
the theology of manifesting. So that's out now, folks. It's called The Haunted Zone. It's an anthology written by 100% female veterans, so women who have served in the armed forces, and proceeds go to support women veteran programs.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice.
I
You
love
like that plug?
Hell yeah.
I love it.
Very
I'm
smooth.
in marketing.
Well, it's funny as you talk about The Secret, and I had a friend who was really into it as well, and he gave me the video for free. I watched it and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. What's funny is later on, the founder of it like ended up murdering people. So I don't know if you knew that or not, but
Ermagerd.
it was manslaughter. It wasn't directly like murder, but it was because of him these people died, and it's just like
The second book is
anyway.
called The Other Secret.
How to get away with it.
They had it coming.
They had it coming.
They asked for it.
Because they
You
didn't know
really
the
want
secret.
life. You didn't really want it bad enough.
They didn't know the secret, Jason.
Your
guess
thoughts
so.
told me you wanted this.
You wanted. Oh, that's dark.
Oh my goodness, it is kind of twisty.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I like to ruin stuff.
That's why you're here, Jason.
According to my ex-wife and sometimes my children, I like to ruin things. So. No, I'm kidding.
So Billy Zane did ask for my autograph.
Did he?
Nice.
He did. With my husband standing right there, it was kind of awkward. So when I was in college, like my friends used to make fun of me, like for having a crush on Billy Zane, but it wasn't like the
crush on
type.
Billy Zane.
Oh my God. Like I don't know what his face doesn't even change. He hasn't aged. But like back in college, and it wasn't even the Titanic Billy Zane, it was Zoolander Billy Zane. Like,
I forgot he was in that.
I didn't. So I was signing books at a charity event in Williamsburg, and this is like the first like big convention. My husband's come with me, and Billy Zane is one of the guests of honor in like the guest of honor room, and I'm like slumming it in the back of the bus at the vendor room. So this is like right after COVID. Everyone's still masked up if they want. Most of us just did it out of courtesy. But this dude in this blue and white Hawaiian shirt is like walking through the vendor floor, like causing a ruckus, right? And I'm just like, he's like an old guy that's like, oh, what's going on in here? What are y'all weird people doing? And he's got a mask on and like this wicker woven hat and like a sun hat inside. And so he's walking around and he comes around and he's like standing across from me. I'm like, that's Billy fucking Zane. Honey, he's right there. Like to my okay. So he's walking around. He's got his phone out taking pictures of everyone in cosplay. So he comes up and he's like, oh, what's this? Tell me about your books. So I go through, I have 4 books in the series at this point, and I tell him about the books, and he goes, oh, wait, hang on. So he gets his phone out and he hits record. He's like, now tell me about your books.
Oh, wow.
So I did. Oh my God. So I was like, really? So I run through it and he's like, all right, I'm going to grab this one. So he picks up Apparent Power, the first book in the series. And I'm like, do you want me to sign it to you or just sign it? He's like, no, go ahead and sign it to me. And I'm like, your name is Billy Zane, right? Like,
how many
Is it
hearts did you
William?
put around his name? Like 2 Billy Zane with like hearts all around it. And...
No, the way you got to play it is like, is it William or Billy Zane?
So I sign it and I hand it to him and he grabs like a bookmark or something like that has my website information on it. He's like, it's all the contact information in here, you know, for like film rights and things like that. And I'm like, yes, it is in there. It's in there.
Wow.
it wasn't in there. Like my number's not in there. My email address isn't in there, but I let this man walk away because like, it's really annoying. So I had to grab my business card and then go back to the VIP room where he's at and then wait in line. And then I hand him the card and I'm like, I'm sorry, here's the contact information for the rights for film for this book. And, you know, it's mine. So I just tell everyone that he asked for my autograph and my phone number.
Nice.
And I gave it to him.
Nice.
But then he goes, yeah, I'm really excited to read it. And I go, yeah, me too.
I get that.
So he has my autograph and I have like 2 of his autographs right here. This is Titanic and that's just like a nice updated one.
You should have been like, my favorite movie with you is The Phantom. You know, then you could embarrass him. And
it's
yourself.
Demon Night, actually.
I was going to say that. That was an amazing movie.
Bunch of ho-dunk, goddamn dare motherfuckers.
Well, he was the bad guy in that Tales from the Crypt movie, the first one. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I wasn't sure what the title was. It's been a long time. But...
We've already told you to shut up once. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, bud.
All right, I'll log off now. Sorry,
oh, I feel bad now.
He hasn't called. In case anyone wanted to know.
Things take time. You never know.
Don't tell that part of the story.
It takes
don't
time,
tell that
yeah.
part.
It's fun. I'm excited. I mean, it's, I don't know, Billy Zane.
Fun fact, he was in a poorly produced pilot for The Wheel of Time.
No. No.
He was.
No. Oh my God. I love Wheel of Time and I love Billy Zane. So like
she's logging
these two
out.
things, like I know. God,
well, they
Like,
did
no,
it.
that can't be true.
They put together this garbage like 20-minute episode with him in it, and he does fine. But they did it.
Who did he play?
He played the bad guy. Ishmael, yeah.
Okay.
I had a brain seizure there for a second. But basically, what they did, the company was they were trying to hang on to the rights, and so like literally like before midnight, they aired it on some stupid like channel, and it was just to satisfy the contract so they could hold on to the rights, and it was just garbage. But yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Like my dream is to win the lottery and restore this giant mansion in Kentucky, but also to produce movies, like good ones.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
Like I wouldn't like that's what like why doesn't everyone do like who I don't need a bigger house. I want to produce movies.
Yeah, that's
Build
John's
my
dream
IMDb.
too. John's dream is to produce movies, and he doesn't have to spend that much money, if you know what I mean. The kinds of movies he wants to produce.
All you need is a shaky cam, and that's really it. Even co-stars are optional.
Well, I've already agreed to be in his movie, so
As an extra. I don't know what that means.
I don't know either. I guess I'm getting the water for everybody, and you know
You're the water boy in the
and the
background.
lube boy.
They're gonna rub the oil on everyone. Get in there. Okay, sorry.
He's like, here's my studio. It's just a shack outside of his backyard. Wait a minute. This reminds me of Scouts. What's going on?
Sorry that happened to you.
When I was in Scouts. It didn't.
He bitches about that sometimes.
It's not funny if you have to explain it.
Yeah, well, probably not funny, but.
What have you been up to, John?
Oh, sorry.
Me?
I want to know what Zach was up to, because I don't, I'm shunning John.
Oh, no. Is that for not offering you a bigger part in my movie?
Damn straight.
Well, it has to be a part that he could fill. Sorry. What's new with you?
I did have a proud parenting moment, though, because school just ended. And so it was like, you did like the parent-teacher conferences. And my son, Eric, who's 9, they were supposed to fill out these forms, these papers saying like, what they're good at, what they need to work on, all that kind of stuff. And on what he's good at, he put being the handsomest in the class. The teacher was rolling her eyes when she said that, but I started laughing so hard right there in the class because like, yep, that's my boy.
Yep.
I'm surprised he didn't say having the most most chiseled abs because he likes talking about that all the time.
Fine.
He walks around with no shirt as often as possible to show off his chiseled abs as he puts
didn't
it.
earn them. He's a kid.
I know. It's not fair. He does nothing to earn that. But no, I was so proud of him being the handsomest in the class comment that, like, I told my mom, I told my brother, I told my sister. They all said the same thing. They're all just like, yep, he's your son. My first comment is like, right? And then I stopped to think. It's like, wait, what do you mean by that? Are you saying, of course my son would be handsome, or of course my son would be stuck up?
Conceited.
So I didn't really get an answer on that, but I was quite proud of him for saying that because, yeah.
He got Riz.
He got Riz. He's 9 years old and he's already got Riz and he knows it.
Whoa.
Well, I've got a proud parent moment. Thank you, John, for reminding me.
I don't have anything to say.
There is some breaking news. Right in the middle of Jason talking. Who could have expected that?
Well, there's no story to go with that.
There is a story. In the newsroom, we have a new anchor.
Jason?
Dacia.
Coming to you live. This just in. Florida man caught naked in a restaurant eating ramen noodles while cops search for another burglar who was eating chicken wings.
Nice.
I actually like
I love
ramen
it.
noodles.
I do too.
I eat them naked, so yeah. And
There
I'm
you go.
homeless.
Honorary Florida man.
But like back in the day, I like the blue package.
Mm.
So like
Is that the
They used to
shrimp-
call it Oriental
shrimp
flavor.
that no one.
I know you're not supposed
we
to.
don't say.
That's why I
Oriental
said it
anymore.
used to be called.
I have this argument with my father-in-law all the time about calling just generalizing Asian people as Oriental. And they're like, well, what about Oriental Trading Company? And I'm like, yeah, that's, the pits. So I go to the store and I'm looking for formerly Oriental ramen noodles. It is now soy flavored ramen noodles because we don't say Oriental anymore.
Right.
Dad.
That's funny.
There was a time though when Oriental, yes, we knew you don't say it toward or about people. You don't call people Oriental, but items was fine.
You still see that. You still see Oriental rugs and Oriental markets.
Do you guys hear that?
Mm-hmm.
John's a robot. I knew it.
What?
Maybe back up and come back in. Talk.
Hello?
Nope. Back up.
Nope.
Unplug. Come back in.
That's also the title of John's
It's
movie.
a-
Unplug and come back in.
You not hear me at all?
You sound like a robot.
Really?
Still.
Well,
What have you
while
been
you
doing
guys
with that
figure that out,
microphone?
I'm going to go to the restroom. I'll be right back. I'm going to rest.
Okay.
I'm tired.
That's fine.
A little
We're
tired.
good. I'm gonna slam this Red Bull.
All right, I'm gonna log you out, I guess.
Okay, sounds good.
How you been, dude?
Good. Things are great. We moved out of Salt
I
Lake.
saw that. Yeah.
So
Well, not far, right? I feel like there's nothing far outside of Salt Lake.
no, it's a half an hour to get back into Salt Lake. So.
Oh, that's not bad. In Denver, it takes like an hour to get to Denver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But it's nice. We got a new house.
It's a little townhouse, right?
Mhm, yep.
Yeah, it's cute. I
Which
saw
is
it.
sizable up. So, how are you guys doing? What took you out to the East Coast? I
My
didn't know-
husband's from here. That's why I married him, like, partially. Like, we met in Tennessee, and he's like, I'm from Pittsburgh. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. Awesome. That's cool.
So, yeah, no, COVID happened, and I was building hospitals for the state and for COVID, and Greg was on the railroad, and it was not sustainable. I think that summer we spent $21,000 on childcare.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so Greg was like, I hate the railroad and I hate being away. And I'm like, I hate it too. And so we just, like, the moment he breathed, like he was ready to move back to Pennsylvania, the house is on the market. I already found an apartment to move into. I had a job lined up. Like,
Wow.
I put in my note. No, I've been wanting to live in Pennsylvania since I was 19 years old.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sounds
I
like
manifested this shit.
I was gonna say things just kind of worked out, but I guess that's the lazy way of manifesting.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Oh man, that's cool. Well, good.
Visualize an attack. Visualize an attack. Yeah.
See if John comes back with a.
Or Laura. Am I? Oh, I'm not the only
Yeah.
lady here. I know.
No, John. Well, if he's wearing a wig, then we know we're talking to Laura. It says he has a wife. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a whole
It's like a
thing.
Norman Bates thing going on. But
Hi, John.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah.
Yay!
You hear it? I
We
can
did
tell
it. What's the target air date for this episode?
3 or 4 weeks away, right?
Oh,
see.
darn. Okay. So after Father's Day.
Tuesday.
Yeah. And then
So the
it's-
24th is what it's slated for.
So yeah, about a week after Father's Day.
you can just say Happy Father's Day though, if you want. You know.
I don't want. Fuck you guys.
All our guests say that. Why?
Every time.
Dads don't do shit. I'm kidding.
The good
My
thing is
husband
it took
says,
her
like,
a while to say
everything.
it. Like everybody else says it right away.
Yeah.
That's just because you lay into them, Zach. You're like, oh, look who's here.
That's true. I didn't lay into her at all, did I?
So you know I'll fucking find you. I'm a train killer.
I'm being triggered.
She'll do it, man.
I'm sorry.
So what were you talking about, John? I'm so sorry when I interrupted.
I don't remember.
What you do?
I told my cute kid story.
No.
Oh, you interrupted
Jason
me.
had one. Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
It was Florida Man, and then
Yeah.
but John was saying something. Anyway, it's over now. Go ahead.
The moment has
So-
passed.
Do you still
Whatever
want
it
to
was,
keep
it was
story?
super poignant and hilarious. And the podcast is for the worst that it was cut, but
Yeah.
you know,
Wow.
it is what it is.
Where does your kid get the arrogance? I don't know. I don't see it.
I don't know.
It's only one of the 3, so yeah.
My son Benjamin, and I'm the only one who calls him Benjamin, by the way. I do that to him, John, like I call you Jonathan. So
This is weird because his
he,
name is Steve. So yeah.
that is weird. He likes to do 3D rendering. It's something he has a fun time doing. And so yesterday he sends me this message. So they have a fan in their den at his mom's house that's got 2 missing blades. So it's just this weird looking fan. So he took the design of the fan and he made it into a spider when he rendered it. So he created this
Nice.
computer graphic image of a spider fan. He messaged it to me, and Zach, I'll send you the pictures if you want to put it up.
Fantastic.
It's just the weirdest thing in the world. Like, you took a fan, you turned it into a spider, and I'm so proud of you for it. In the message, I'm like, spider fan, spider fan.
Aw. I do
We
want
had
to see
this-
that.
We had this connection for a minute in weird world, and just weird crap. But- so yeah, I guess my son's like me too, because I make up weird crap all the time and try to publish it. So my next book for everybody is going to be called Spider Fan. So,
Awesome.
No relation, not stealing his material.
it has nothing to do with Ben. I thought of this on my own.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was my cute.
What about you, Zach?
Oh, I don't do that segment. I don't
You
have
don't-
it. I don't have anything going on ever.
Whatever.
No stories, nothing.
I wrote a Facebook post about this, and when I write my Facebook posts, it's funny how often I get care emojis when I'm just ranting to be funny. And I get care emojis and then people trying to fix my problems, but it's not a problem. I'm just trying to be relatable, and I'm failing apparently. But so I wrote a Facebook post yesterday or the day before about Microsoft pissing me off because I got onto my computer. What did I try to log into?
I think
Your
we just need
mom's
an
house? I don't know.
Probably.
acknowledge emoji.
That's a
We
very
just need
Gen
an
X
emoji
thing
that
of you to
says-
say. What's that, Jason?
We need an acknowledge emoji that says, "I've read this text and I have no feelings on the matter."
Right.
Just so you know that we've read it, but we don't give a damn. No, I'm just kidding.
For real. I want that. I want to make sure people are seeing it. I don't want them to care.
Because they force me to choose an emotion,
Well, you do that with the like button. We all know that you're just like, okay, I saw it, and moving on.
Why the fuck do I need to change my password
she found
just
it.
because some assholes trying to steal my account put in the wrong password too many times?
Exactly.
They obviously did not break into my account. But if the password I created was considered very strong by you, why are you worried that someone will be able to guess it or utilize something that will attempt to guess it, which they will not? I can guarantee that. Shall I continue?
Nah, because it's not as funny when like written is a different voice in my head. But let me just say, I don't understand why if somebody attempts too many times, then that means I need to change my password. They didn't get close. They didn't break in. So why am I changing my password? It obviously fucking worked. Don't make me change my password. It makes no sense.
I agree.
The usage policy said, well, brute force tactics that they sometimes use, they'll use them over and over and over. And by changing your password, you're limiting the chances that they're going to figure out your password. And I'm like, well, they didn't figure it out. So why would I need to change it to another one that they haven't figured out? Well, mine's working just fine. I'm doing all right. But anyway, it was just a little rant, but that's
the care emoji. I use the care emoji. I don't know. It looks like a hug to me. So if anyone needs a fucking hug, like I will shoot a care. I don't even care what it's about.
I want to, sorry, that was my mom calling and I had to answer it. So I apologize. I wasn't ignoring you guys, but I think they should have a lust emoji. So like when you write a post, I want to lust over it.
That's the eggplant emoji, right? I send that to you guys all the time.
And the water. You got to the eggplant and the water.
Yeah. It's just, it's not it doesn't come up like automatically. I have to actually work for it. So I just want to be like Zach.
Just like in real life. Anyway.
That's what she said.
Anyway, sorry. I'm just being
disgusting.
I try.
Yeah, I haven't been doing anything except for bitching about things.
Which is awesome.
That's all I do. Well,
should we do our show and tell? Kids, right?
Yeah, show and tell. Let's do it. And now it's time for show and tell. Go ahead, guys.
My balls dropped.
Jason.
Finally.
Why do you have a Jason soundboard? This whole season, Zach's been collecting things I say and just putting them into soundboard.
This is still covered with semen, though.
I didn't get that one.
This is still covered with semen, though.
No.
That's out of context. Out of context.
This one's funny. I don't think was John on for this one.
We just want everybody to know that John beat his wife.
Out of context, that's not funny.
We were talking about axe throwing.
Yes.
I had to mention that I beat her because she kicked my ass the first time we went.
Oh my god.
So I had to say that I got my man card back by beating her the second time.
That was awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Zach, you are an epic troll. Much respect.
I'm touching it right now.
Jason.
Oh.
All right, that's enough. I'm sorry.
It is the season finale. In fact, the end credits should just be, the outro should just be all those sayings.
Right. All the gross things Jason says and doesn't realize they're going to come back to haunt him.
If I ever run for office, he's going to be in the audience with a soundboard and speakers. And I'll be like, I will, help the homeless. And he'll be like,
no, you won't.
This is what you said. There'll be some crap like I want to liquefy the homeless and feed them to the homeless pets or something. I think I said.
Save that one.
What would be the context behind that one, Jason? I don't think it would even matter at that point.
You didn't need it.
That's how he feels about homeless people.
I got a real short one if you want to play it, Zach.
Jason.
So let me set this up. I didn't have a dad. And so I wish that when I was younger, I would have had this option because this probably would have helped me not turn out so twisted. This is the option I really wish existed.
I am your virtual dad. I have ordered you and John Deere brand ant farm off of the internet. It will teach you about the importance of teamwork. I also bought you insect poison for you to pour into the farm after 10 weeks of owning it. Watching their world crumble will teach you about the fragility of life and the cyclical rise and fall of empires. All of this is necessary because you are a soft boy.
Wow.
Wow. My virtual dad's a bastard too.
That captured the basics of fatherhood. I'll say that for sure.
I sent it to my son because he lives with his mom.
He didn't say anything about the Roman Empire, but it was inferred.
It was. It totally was. I caught that from
you see?
the Roman Empire. Yeah.
Technology, right? Replacing dads.
All right. Well, I figured since we have a couple of authors on the panel tonight, I would read book reviews. So these are the best 1-star reviews on Goodreads. And these are for classic old time.
Oh, okay. I was like, did you pull my 1-star?
No.
That would have been epic.
It would have been awesome.
And these aren't even for like modern authors that you guys might know or have met. These are old timey classic books.
Oh, okay.
Don't tell me who I know.
Most of them. If you know Shakespeare, power to you. Here's a supposedly fun thing I'll never do again. Essays and Arguments by David Foster Wallace. Review, 1 star. Too many words. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Review, 1 star. An annoying scientist and an ugly tall man fight over who is more depressed. That's kind of accurate.
All right.
This is The Myth of Sisyphus by Albert Campus.
Sounds like an STD.
1 star. Sisyphus is a simp. The myth of Simpyphus. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. Sounds like some real simp shit to me. Albert Campus is canceled. Would never read again.
It's actually a clever review. But,
Yeah. Here's Of Mice and Men by John Steinbeck. 1 star. I don't like depressing writing. If I want to be depressed, I'll just think, not read. Here's The Grapes of Wrath, also by John Steinbeck. This is a great book. Very well written and important. I hated it. 1 star.
Jesus Christ.
This is Flowers for Algernon. This one's actually 3 stars. I like this book only because I, too, have a filthy rat for a friend.
Did you write that review, John?
I did not.
Sorry, Jason.
Here's Mein Kampf by Hitler. 1 star. I found the narrator, a racist German war veteran imprisoned for an attempted coup, very unrelatable. He was just not very sympathetic or likable. Also, the book's written in German, which is not very relatable to me, who, doesn't speak German.
That's funny.
This is Kafka on the Shore by Haruki Murakami. This book is jacked up in a lot of ways, but the thing that grossed me out the most was the fact that whenever Kafka was thirsty, he drank milk. Milk! He just chugs a carton of milk when they're thirsty. Ew, go take a sip of water for a change, you damn weirdo. I don't ever want to be near you. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. 1 star. It was a good book, but too many racial stuff. Ease up on the racist stuff, in a book about racism. Here's Emma by Jane Austen. 1 star. Just a bunch of people going to each other's houses.
Oh, God.
Is that wrong?
It's kind of on point.
Crime and Punishment by Dostoevsky. Instead of reading this book, just drink vodka in a dark room and think depressing thoughts. That will give you the same experience and you'll have a better time. Here's another review of Crime and Punishment. 1 star. Writing this was a crime and reading it was a punishment. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. 1 star. People are angry and then they die. The end. Butcher's Crossing by John Williams. 1 star. I didn't finish this book. I think I got to page 100. I only read this book because this guy I'm seeing recommended it to me and I was trying to impress him. Well, it turned out he was sleeping with someone else. Screw him and screw this boring-ass book.
Oh, my gosh.
The Old Man in the Sea by Ernest Hemingway. 1 star. Worst book ever. Just throw the damn fish back in. Shit. Dante's
I feel like a lot of these
Inferno.
are ironic, but...
Yeah. Dante's Inferno.
Okay.
Too many Italian names. Animal Farm by George Orwell. Orwell has really dropped the ball on this one. It's all very well writers using their imagination, but asking me to believe that animals could not only learn to speak English, but also successfully run a semi-industrialized working farm is frankly a bit patronizing. Pigs can't talk, George, and they certainly can't conceive of harnessing wind power to produce electricity. No doubt he got this idea from watching episodes of Peppa Pig with his kids. but adults won't believe this sort of nonsense. Let's hope he comes back with something a bit more serious next time. 1 star.
Next time.
The Odyssey by Homer.
Oh, shit.
1 star. Too many sexist white men. I mean, it was written a while ago.
So what's a popular book that you would give a 1-star review?
Oh, The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. I don't know if you ever read that one, but I thought that was boring as shit. Part of it was like, I think it was my 10th grade English teacher. Like, she wanted us to find symbolism in everything. And I'm kind of sometimes a cigar is just a cigar kind of person.
Me too.
But the whole assignment is like, list 3 reasons why the stained glass windows in the church represent Puritan culture or are symbolic of the life of the times. And I don't care. It's such a boring book. I don't want to look for symbolism. The other is Ethan Frome. You ever read that one?
Mm-mm.
I read a couple pages of it, and then I was just like, done. I will take the F in this assignment happily. we were even reading it like in class, like we had time in class to read it. So it's not like it was even my time. I had nothing else to do. I actively decided I will sit here and stare at the wall rather than read this book. So those are the 2 that spring immediately to mind. What about you?
As I Lay Dying was pretty much how I spent my time reading that book. By Hemingway, like, oh my god. And then Donna Tartt, The Secret History. I don't like literary fiction. I just can't. I live with people all day long. They're fucking boring. It's boring to read about. So Donna Tartt, The Secret History, and my brother-in-law gave me the book, and I'm like, okay, brother-in-law, I'm an avid reader. I read everything. I'm gonna do my best. So I was like, all right, I can't sit and read this book. So I got it on audiobook. But it's Donna fucking Tartt reading her own book, and she's from Alabama trying to do a Boston accent, and it is not, no.
Y'all, that's wicked awesome.
It was not cool. It was horrible. 1 star.
Yeah.
1 star.
What about you, Zach and Jason?
What's the question?
Anything?
What
classic book would you give 1-star rating to?
Classic. Oh.
I don't want to like rag on like modern authors as much because you guys might know them.
Know them. I'm gonna text them.
I haven't read a lot of classic literature because I hate it.
So. There you go. I only read it when I had to. So.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I read Animal Farm just because it was short. Like they had a list in like 6th grade of like all these classic books. You had to pick one and read one. And of course, I saved the assignment to the day before it was due. So I looked through and found the shortest book, and Animal Farm was like 120 pages. So I read that in one day. And I don't think I even understood the communism reference the first time I read it. It's just like, it's a book about animals, man. But it was 120 pages. So
I do remember reading The Most Dangerous Game short story, but I actually liked it at the time because I was 16.
I liked that too. And it's a short story.
Hunting people, that's exciting, But
nice.
I think mine was Scarlet Letter too, honestly.
That book is so damn boring.
It was so hard to read.
Nothing happens. It's all over dramatic, and I mean they all have last names like Chillingsworth for the bad guy,
And it might have been okay had it not been for the activities involved, the school part where the teacher's making you figure out what all the
break it down and find all the symbolism and stuff. And
I think that really
I don't even know if all
that
symbolism was intended or if it's the teacher just looking for that crap. But
right.
That
book, the same teacher who hit on you.
No, that book sucked balls, man.
That was your creative writing teacher, right?
Yeah. You want a few more?
John's just like,
we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that story.
Now John's triggered.
Yep, that's my job.
Anna Karenina, Leo Tolstoy. Speaking from personal experience, it is entirely possible to be unfaithful to your husband without them throwing yourself under a train. Don't believe anyone who tells you otherwise. 1 star. As I Lay Dying by William Faulkner. This they actually gave it 4 stars. It just says this book is about hicks that go to town.
So many times back and forth to town. God.
All right, let's see. Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. 1 star. Shut the hell up, Holden. Just go read a book. Here's a second review of it, also 1 star. I wish Holden Caulfield were real just so I could find him and kick him in the balls. Another Crime and Punishment one. I basically had to stop drinking for a month in order to read it. My friends no longer call, but hey, it's great. That's actually a 4-star review.
Yeah, it's like for alcoholics. Read this book.
Here's Hamlet by Shakespeare. Denmark is going through some shiz. A whiny prince is seeking revenge. A ghost only one person can see, and death. The end.
All
Okay.
right.
Here's Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. 5 stars. I could bang Mr. Rochester like a screen door till next Tuesday. That's all I got from this book, honestly.
Oh, did my granny write that? Saucy lady.
Lord of the Flies by William Golding. Boys will be boys. And hey, there's a pig's head. Moby Dick by Herman Melville. 3 stars. He said dick, LOL.
No.
That's the whole review.
Oh, dear.
Mrs. Dalloway by Virginia Woolf. 1 star. Torturous. Just buy the damn flowers, Mrs. Dalloway. Romeo and Juliet by Shakespeare. Never have 13-year-olds sounded so eloquent and poetic, yet still acted like the complete dumbasses. 3 stars.
That's on point.
Yeah, I'll stop there.
Alrighty. Dacia, did you have a show and tell or no? No? All right.
No.
Then I guess I will finish this off.
Well, you're done, man. I haven't seen you like moving the shirt at all, so I thought you were finished.
Oh,
That was the bathroom break.
I was gonna say, thanks for going off screen for the finale.
The finale.
The cleanup.
I should have muted the microphone. I don't know if you heard it in the background, but
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
there
dear.
was a lot of grunting.
oh, I went pee. I was just meaning the farting that was happening.
Animal sounds.
Oh, well, you do you, boo.
All right, just some more fun facts because they're fun. The word peacock refers only to the male of the bird species. The correct nomenclature for the birds people refer to collectively as peacocks are as follows. Males are peacocks, females are pea beavers, and the correct collective name is pea junk. All right. Thank you. I'll be here all night. Science. As of May 2015, 2.3 million Americans still subscribed to AOL dial-up internet. As of May 2024, only 1 American is subscribed to America Online dial-up internet, and he just signed up for it in April 2024. Right, John?
What?
There are computers designed for Amish people with selling points like no internet, no video, no music. Based on the fact I shared prior to this one, that would mean John is now a heretic in the eyes of his people.
I think someone's getting roasted today.
Oklahoma's official state vegetable is the watermelon. That is true.
What?
And no, watermelon is not a vegetable. It is a fruit. I have no punchline for this because it's funny on its own.
Oh,
All right.
simple people.
And apropos of nothing, especially the previous fun fact, I have another fun fact for you guys. Oklahoma ranked 50th in Wallet Hub's 2023's States with the Best and Worst School Systems, beating only New Mexico, which was in the 51st place. So I don't know if those two are connected, but...
Here's a watermelon. It's our state vegetable.
State vegetable. Our state bird's the raccoon.
All one of our Oklahoma listeners just quit. So
Yeah.
I gotta tell like my Aunt Tina not to listen. Sorry, Aunt Tina.
well,
Sorry,
I
they're
mean,
in
to be
good company. We rag on Idaho. We rag on Florida.
Oh,
I think we've ragged on Utah.
Yeah, you rag on New Mexico now that
Ugh.
you're there too. So yeah.
I'm not ragging on it. I'm just telling the truth, and that's what's
That's
happening
what it's
here.
like out
What's
there.
not to love about having your car stolen and filled with meth gas? Come
Right?
on, man. That's just hazing.
I don't think we've ever ragged on Pittsburgh though, Dacia. So you're good.
No, we're like super racist, like one of the racist cities in the United States.
That's what
Like
you're
I
proud
was
of?
actually warned before I came out here, hence like the caveat of the Oriental
Wow.
Fucking ramen noodles.
You're not one of them Orientals, are you?
Oh my God, it's bad.
No.
The checker says to you as you check out with your ramen noodles.
Soy flavor.
They only sell those to out people. They're like,
To out people.
whoever buys those.
Not
We
from
got
here,
another
yeah.
one right here.
I don't know if
Go back to Orientatia. Or whatever.
Orientatia.
Oh dear.
I don't know if Texas is just getting bored of executing people with intellectual disabilities and needs someone new to kill or what, but according to Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, it's legal to kill Bigfoot. It would be considered a non-protected, non-game animal. That is true.
Good job, Texas.
In New Jersey, it's illegal to wear a bulletproof vest while committing a violent crime, and anyone who follows that law and is arrested is classified as lawful evil in their file at the time of their booking.
Because if the police shoot you, they want you to die.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're playing unfair. Take off the vest. That's our thing.
They don't care about that robbery and double murder you just committed, but you better not be wearing the vest while you do it.
And don't be a copier.
This son of a bitch is wearing a vest.
June is National Turkey Lovers Month, and it's June 1st, you guys. Happy
Hey.
National Turkey Lovers Month. And what I thought was a documentary about it that I found on the dark web scarred me for life.
I now know what a cloaca is.
Jason. Oh, that's going to be a soundbite.
That's your punishment.
Yep, that's what you get.
I need one bonus episode is just all sound bites of us.
Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
With no context.
No context.
Every day, Robert Chesbrough, the inventor of Vaseline, every day, he ate a spoonful of Vaseline, and that is not at all how I expected that sentence to end.
It greases the insides.
Yeah. The serial number on Darth Vader's suit of armor was E-3778Q-1, and it baffles me how it wasn't just one.
Are there other Darth Vaders? Like,
All right. More than 45 million turkeys are cooked and eaten in the U.S. at Thanksgiving. That is a fact the not documentary I mentioned earlier that I saw on the dark web failed to mention. Almost done, you guys. Bear with me.
you're good. You're good.
The city of Liège, Belgium, tried to use cats to deliver the mail in the 1870s. The Belgian Society for the Elevation of the Domestic Cat proposed the idea, believing that cats' natural sense of direction could be used. The city trained 37 cats to carry waterproof bags of mail around their necks from the central post office to nearby villages. However, the cats were undisciplined and didn't stick to a schedule, and it could take some cats up to a day to reach their destination.
Have they met cats?
That's the punchline. Did they just
Cats
not?
don't give a shit what you tell them to do.
They obviously
That's what
didn't have
makes them
cats
cats.
until a few hours prior to that proposal. They had them. They're like, cool, let's do something with these. They didn't. It only takes a day to see how dumb that idea is. Yeah. All right. Last one. Bear with me. This is a story. The triangle took nearly 100 years to become a popular orchestral instrument.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Aldous Belfry, from the time he was 6 years old in 1680, and for 94 more years, would attend the local orchestral practices and performances, begging the conductors to allow him to play in them, playing his triangle for them to showcase his talents. Ding, ding, diddling. For those 94 years, every day with a smile, he would try again. Ding, 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 ding. He would play along with the orchestras from a far-off distance, learning every song by heart and finding the perfect spots within them to tap his triangle. Still, they would not let him join. Years passed. Conductors came and went, yet none would allow him to join. He improved his playing, and it is said the eyes of some of the conductors would betray their feigned disdain, that they were actually quite impressed with his talents. Diddling, 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 he'd play to the allegro, the vivace, the presto, and the prestissimo music. Then, when the music turned somber, his triangle would let out a haunting ting, that these conductors had never heard come out of such a simple instrument. Not until Johann Friedrich Agricola, in the mid to late 18th century, heard Aldous, now a frail 99-year-old man, play his triangle with the same intensity as his 6-year-old self, did Aldous finally receive an invitation to play in the Berlin Court Opera in 1774. Alas, the night before his performance, both Aldous and Johann passed away in their sleep. I like to imagine that Aldous died happy. You know, he didn't get to play in it, but and I'm sure he would have actually if he were a real person and didn't just make that whole fucking thing up. So
that's how I'm gonna teach my children about the triangle from now on.
They should have added more cowbell.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's your documentary. We need to make that into a movie, like a biopic.
Yeah. Based on a true story.
Better than Oppenheimer, you know. So.
The only true part of the story is that there was a triangle. That's it. That's all they need.
I do wonder how that came to be a musical instrument, like respected and included. Because why?
Does anybody that knows how to play it play only that, or do they play many other instruments? You know, I don't think you just solo that one.
I'm a concert triangulist.
I got a full ride scholarship for playing the triangle.
You just stand there.
So serious about it.
Ding.
It's all about the timing.
Once every minute, yeah.
You have to feel the timing.
Poor Aldous. Well, that was fun, you guys.
So it's time for John's face reveal.
Wait, what?
And we're revealing your face in this episode.
Been here the whole time, man.
No, I'm not, you've not watched the episodes. Your face has been blurred.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We have to keep you humble, you know.
My son gets it from somewhere. That was him who just came and hugged me. So
You're so sweet.
All right, on the count of 3, let's reveal his face. I have to do the countdown, otherwise I won't know where to take the blurring off. 1.
Can I do the Zoolander thing? Blue steel.
Blue steel.
1, 2, 3. We did it.
Oh, harsh.
Zach, you gotta play that soundbite. Did someone just puke?
Did someone just puke?
Did somebody just puke?
There you
It's
go.
like when Barbie had flat feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny.
That's awesome.
Well,
so I was gonna say, Dacia, do you have any books you'd like to pimp or
again some more?
And
so
your
I have
socials
a whole
and your everything.
everything you've ever written from elementary school to present?
So I write a lot about my time at war because I was in the Army for 10 years. So I have some, like a graphic novel that includes my story, Welcome to Baghdad Emergency Room. That's nonfiction, though, set to comic book art, and that appears in Full Magazine, Volume 3, which is an award-winning historical, document. It's really, really cool, though. And then I read Max Brooks' World War Z while I was deployed. And so, I would have these stress dreams about zombies, overtaking the compound. So not only do I, have to shoot the enemy, but I also have to shoot zombies. So I wrote a book about that called Dirty Bombs. Nice. And that's, nice. I think that's about it. I talked about everything else. My low-key drops.
All right.
Nice.
That was expertly timed. What about your socials, like Zach mentioned? Or your website?
Everything. You can find me everywhere. Dacia M. Arnold. And Dacia is not spelt like it sounds. It is DACIA M. Arnold.com. Or Facebook. What other socials exist now still?
I don't know. Oh, fun fact. The M in her middle name stands for it's hard to spell.
It can't be pronounced by the human tongue.
Yeah.
So.
I did my best, okay?
I think that's what's been holding Billy Zane up. He's been trying to get a hold of her, but that M is just going
Awesome.
Well, thanks everybody.
Thanks,
not just
guys.
not just Dacia, but Jason
fun.
and John, and thank you, Zach. Zach, you're great. I love you.
Zach is the heart of this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Producer extraordinaire.
And as you've said, you're the genitals. No, John said that. You're the genitals.
Jack's the heart of the podcast. I'm the soul of the podcast. Jason's the genitals of the podcast.
Dear.
Yeah. That's his way of saying I'm a dick.
Oh, I thought it was the reproductive quality of the podcast.
I like that.
No, it's the shriveled, syphilitic,
perpetuates.
non-functional genitals.
I
of
told you to stop
dysfunctional
calling me
adults.
that, John. Since the 5th grade.
Now, I have to warn you, this outro is loud, so brace yourself.
My balls dropped.
That is not...
Finally.
That is not what that really was an accident. That seems like I did it on purpose. But...
I think I peed a little.
That's epic.
Oh my god.
Oh, no. This is a serious podcast, you guys. Knock it off. All right. Well, that was
Why the
fantastic.
fuck do I have to change my password?
I don't understand.
Triggered.
Triggered. And I know how it comes across because when somebody else reads it out loud like that, I'm like, oh, I sound really pissed, and I really wasn't. I thought it was funny,
You bring up a good point, though.
It's valid.
If multiple attempts have not been able to crack your password, it means you picked a good one.
Right. So why do I
Unless
watch
it's
it?
you that's the one blocking yourself out, then you do have to change the password.
Right. Yeah.
You
That's one of those
dummy.
things that makes me angry.
Hey, dum dum. You can't. You don't know it. You should
Like do
change
one
it.
you remember, yeah.
But I know we've all been through this where you put in your password, and you know you're doing it right, and you go to change it, and they're like, it can't be the last password that you used because you just put in the same password, but somehow, somehow. I think that was a really good episode, you guys.
That was
I'm
funny.
glad.
That
was
No,
really
Jason,
good.
You're super funny.
Yeah.
I tried.
Can you come back next season when we do it again?
Yeah, sure. I won't do a.
Well,
a
don't sound excited or anything.
She's thinking of an excuse right now. Oh, guys, I have to wash my hair.
I'm busy that day. It's like, you don't even know what day it is. It's like,
I'm being-
whatever
yeah.
day it is. I'll be
being
11, I
redeployed.
thought it was a different time.
There's
That
not a
was my
time zone
mistake.
for dates. Or kind of, but you know.
Goodness gracious. No, I had a good time. Thanks for not being professional about it.
You're very, very welcome. And it was no
It's never
skin
been
off our
used to
back.
Describe us, yeah.
Super easy for us.
We're
No,
good at not
it
being
helped,
professional.
And I do research beforehand too. So I listen to half an episode or quarter, like the intro.
Yeah, it's the intro.
I watched the trailer.
No, I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. You guys are great. Thanks so much.
All right,
Thanks
y'all.
for being on.
Thank you.
Have a
All
good
right, I'm
rest of
gonna-
your day.
I'm gonna go play Witcher now. So,
Me too.
Yeah.
Bye.
all right, bye
Take care.
guys.